You ever feel so tired that you're tired of being tired? I feel like that has been my entire year so far. And I say year because of one thing, one single thing. And yes, I did it to myself, and I realized that it happens to be something that I wanted to do. So I'm not, this is not complaining. It's not complaining. But sometimes I feel like I can just sleep for a whole week and I'll be okay. And then I'll actually get enough rest. Well, let me catch you up on actually what's been happening. I had a 5 day shoot last week actually. Yeah. And this is probably the worst time to do this because it is really hot as hell, even though I'm very thankful for the wind that's blowing. But it's not the best time to be outside. I think today the heat index went up to like 106. So it's hot as hell. Like right now, you can't even see that. Right now it's 93 degrees. Feels like 102. It dropped, so it actually feels a little better. So back to what I was saying. I had a 5 day shoot with school, and on the last 2 days, the shoot ended at 2 a.m. Now, I love my bed. I don't like to be outside of my bed past a certain time. But on one of the nights, which was the last night, I was actually the director of photography for that night. And I was so tired. I was so tired because coming from classes and then going into the shoot, I was exhausted. And on top of that, everything was just nonstop. Nonstop. I even took a quick trip to North Carolina and came back in like the same day. And let me, ghetto ass boss, I do not recommend you taking any type of Chinese buses because, my God, they are ridiculous. But on top of that, the sleep that I got on that bus wasn't really sleep at all. So it's like this buildup of exhaustion and more exhaustion and more exhaustion. And I got to a point where I'm just like, one of the mornings I had class and I'm like, no. After I was dressed, I got up, got dressed, everything. I got to the point where I was like, no, I'm I'm not going. I am tired. I am going to lay in this bed and go back to sleep. And I'm going to go the second half of class because I am exhausted. And that's exactly what I did. I literally slept like the class after lunch break, it would be 12:40 that the class would resume. I woke up at 12:15 and was like, wow, okay. I guess I really needed that sleep. And I was talking to my best friend and I was like, Sasha, I am tired of being tired. And she was like, same, same. Because everybody's tired. Literally, everybody's tired. And it's like, we're expected to keep going and keep pushing and just keep doing things that we believe we're supposed to do. But then at the end of the day, it's like, would we still want to do this? Majority of people actually said no. You know, most people are just doing things to survive. Would I still continue to do school? Yeah, I would, because I made that choice where I was like, I want to learn how to do these things. I want to become better at this. I want to know the jargons and I want to be able to interact with people who are in that industry and actually know what the hell I'm talking about. So, yeah, I would continue. But of course, I would make some changes because everything being crammed together doesn't really work. And I guess the school is finally figuring that out because next round of students, they have 3 semesters instead of 2. Can you believe I have 9 classes? I have never, ever, ever in my school going days had 9 classes in college. Like, I mean, yes, it's not college. It's basically a trade school. But that's rough. I don't have a life outside of it. It's like the culture of the film world to where it's your life is not your oh my gosh. I have to show you this. I have to show you this. Look at them. Look at them. They're just going by. Hello. Random moments. You see, and this is what I love about just going and doing the things that you want to do, because you see random moments like this. And if I didn't decide to do this today, one of the hottest days in actually New York so far, my God, I wouldn't have been on the waterfront. I wouldn't have been enjoying this, and I wouldn't have been talking to you. So it's like certain things that we make the sacrifice for, yeah, make the sacrifice for them. But at the same time, we have to take care of ourselves. We really have to do better. And lately, that is exactly what I've been focusing on, where it's like, I'm not going to commit to doing other things that I know I can't physically do. And if I'm there, I'm just thinking about my bed. That's not going to be very helpful for anyone. And sometimes we spread ourselves way too thin, where it's like, oh, it's summer and I want to do everything. I mean, look at that. They're just flying over. I love that. It's summer and I want to do everything. And at the same time, it's like, I can't do everything because I have other obligations and things that I do want to do. This is where the balancing aspect comes in, because if you don't balance what you want to do with what other people want you to do and what you want to do outside of that, everything becomes chaotic, really. Yes, life is chaotic, but sometimes having a little structure will help it move in the direction that it actually needs to go. And that's been a whole learning lesson for me. So I'm sitting outside on the waterfront, and there's a lot of people that's actually walking by. And yes, you can see one of them walking here. And for me, this is kind of, I won't say I'm shy. In certain situations, I'm just very quiet, but I'm not shy. But being outside, talking to a camera, it's just something different where people are just like, and they see the camera. First, they think I'm talking to myself, and then they see the camera and they're like, oh. And then either one, they go about their business, like whatever, or two, they're more intrigued, where they just like come a little closer to hear what I'm saying. And it's like, hey, hello. Can you go away now? So I'm actually challenging myself to come out of my comfort zone a lot more, because I realize that when I don't challenge myself to do these things, I will stay in that comfort zone and just get cozy and just, just don't think about anything else and just relax through life. And yes, that is the ultimate goal, is to relax through life. But there are times when I have things I want to do. I'm a creative. I love doing different projects. I love being outdoors. I love eating. So it's like, if I don't challenge myself to do certain things, I won't do it. So this is one of the challenges where I'm going to start filming more in places where I feel like initially I would be very uncomfortable. So it's kind of like building that muscle to where if I get to a certain point, it's like, hey, I don't care. I'm talking to this person that's listening right now, and you can't see them, but they gonna watch it. So it's like, they're very active today. I love it. Wow. I love nature. I love animals except reptiles. Please stay away from me. No, no reptiles. But I feel like this was a long rant to say that we need to start taking more care of our bodies, especially me, because it's like I can push myself really hard. I have to stop and know when to stop and rejuvenate and relax and just give my body time to heal, because if I don't, then I'm just going to keep breaking down and breaking down and breaking down, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants to see that. And it's not good for your health. Like, I plan on living until I'm like 100 and something, maybe 200. Yeah. If I can get there, I'll definitely get there. So that means I have to start taking care of myself now. And I don't think it's hard. I just think I need to make more time to do it. And that's one of the reasons why I do understand when a lot of people leave city life and they go and live the quiet life, because then you have all the time to really do what you want to do when it comes to taking care of yourself. It depends on if you actually leave city life and then go start like a farm or something, like then you really don't have any time, because you up at the crack of dawn and then way into the night you're still doing stuff. But I'm talking about the ones who are like in the cottage and not doing anything and just like lounging and just, taking care of. Never mind, that's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. Yeah, thinking about it right now, it's like, one, especially if you live up into the mountains and you have the snow, sometimes you have to come out and you have to shovel snow, which I said this when I first came to New York and I saw snow. I will never shovel snow. I'm not doing it. I will rather pay somebody to do it, because I am not going out there to do it. But if you're up there by yourself, you have to do it. And when springtime comes around, and if you're not close to a supermarket or anything, most of the time you actually want to just plant your own food. That's a whole lot of work in itself. You know, I feel like I've just talked myself into a circle to be like, yes, everyone is busy. Everyone is exhausted. We just need to take those extra moments out of our day to really relax. And sometimes take a whole day off, because who's going to stop us from really taking a day off? If you're exhausted, take the day off. Yeah, take the day off. If you keep going and hitting against the wall and just doing all sorts of craziness to keep yourself going, you're not going to keep going for long. So who's really benefiting, After I ran to catch the train, sitting on the train, I realized that I did not tell you how I got from being completely exhausted to being actually rested right now. And I feel like it's a story I need to tell, because it was a very long, long, long journey to actually get to where I feel like I'm rested now. And before I get there, speaking of comfort zone challenges, like, I'm outside and there's like so many people walking past by. And yeah, I'm sitting down and I'm doing this because this is New York and no one really gives a shit. I love it. I love it so much. Anyways, what I was saying, I took a supplement called Triple S Tonic. That has helped me to come back to being energetic and to actually getting some restful sleep and waking up and feeling like I'm rested. So I recommend that 150% because it works. And another thing is you have to sleep. I prioritize sleep over everything. If I'm being invited somewhere, it's like, tomorrow I kind of have to do this. I'm going to be busy all day. I'm not going to get enough sleep. No, okay. Go away. Please go away. Oh my God. Can you go? He's trying to attack me. Anyways, I am not attack. I'm going to prioritize my sleep over somebody else's schedule where it's like, hey, let's go hang out and let's go do young people things. I swear, oh my gosh. Can you leave me alone, please? Thank you. Yeah. Um, I can be. You come back one more time, I'm leaving. Okay. All right. Anyways, I can be a grandma. I know this. And I love it because I prioritize sleep, I get rest, so I make sure I am 100% where I'm supposed to be the next day because I can't function without sleep. And I feel like a lot of people are just functioning, not rested, and they're in zombie mode. And I don't want to do that. I want to actually enjoy the life that I'm living and be present for it and actually remember it and not go through it by being on autopilot. So I'm prioritizing sleep as much as I can. And I also eat very healthy. So that also helps with building back the energy and everything that I've depleted when it comes to just everything that I've been doing. And besides that, I feel like that honestly the main thing that I've been doing is just getting as much sleep as possible. And it doesn't matter how small of a nap it is, as long as I can close my eyes for 20 minutes, for 10 minutes even, it helps so much. So that I realize it's a compound over time that really helps and that really actually make me come back to where I need to be. And most of the times, I'm not gonna lie, most of the times it's like 20-minute nap doesn't do anything. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna get 20 minutes now, and then later on, I'm just gonna sleep right through. And when that happens, you just allow it. I really allow my body to just sleep because that is the number one remedy to cut all exhaustion and everything. So eat right. I do exercise. And I feel like when I do work out and I make my body more tired, I actually get restful sleep. So eat good, work out, sleep more, and say no to people because you don't have to say yes to everything, right? Yeah, so that's the update and the update that I actually forgot. Yeah. Thanks for watching Video Chat with Jody, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.